disease that slowly steals memory function and behavior of a person. 5 million Americans are living with Alzheimer's, including 500,000 under the age of 65. And by the year 2050, it is estimated that 115 million people worldwide will have Alzheimer's disease. Joining us with more is Dr. Targum. Thanks for joining us today, Doctor.
Thanks for having me.
So some astounding and really just scary numbers there. My mother is a nurse who takes care of patients with Alzheimer's, so I've been able to see firsthand just how devastating that disease is. Why such a high number, and is there anything we can do about it?
Well, you're right, it is a high number, and at this point, everyone in the United States is touched in some way by someone they know, even a family member, who may have Alzheimer's disease. Just in the course of time we'll be talking, every 66 seconds, someone in the United States develops Alzheimer's disease, and in their lifetime, 1 in 3 seniors will be diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease. So it's a big and growing problem. Part of the reason, clearly, is because we're living longer and the brain begins to degenerate. But there are a subset of people who are just more susceptible to an earlier neurodegenerative disease like Alzheimer's, which is characterized by gradual memory loss and eventual impact upon the ability to behave and the ability to function the way we have been able to most of our lives.
Do we know what the root cause of Alzheimer's disease is?
Well, we know some, and we know that there's a particular protein called beta amyloid protein that can accumulate in the brain, and as it accumulates, it begins to clump together to form these very sticky plaques. They're like tar. As a result, it further inflames the brain and causes impairment in neurotransmission, that is, the ability for one nerve to communicate with the other. We also know that there's a relationship between Alzheimer's disease and sleep. In fact, impaired sleep, which occurs in more than 50% of patients with Alzheimer's, is directly related to further cognitive decline.
Wow. So what are some signs and symptoms that we need to be on the lookout for to recognize any maybe early signs of Alzheimer's disease?
Well, clearly, we all have problems from time to time with some memory, forgetting where our keys are or what we had for breakfast in the morning. Those are of less concern to me than the more progressive and persistent kinds of difficulty people have with short-term memory, remembering things they have just learned, or beginning to become disoriented or forgetting things that most people would remember on a regular basis, like how to use a toaster, or how to make the coffee in the morning, or how to use the television remote.
Okay. And when it comes to the new research study, where can we learn more about that and the correlation between sleep? Where can our viewers learn more about that?
So it's really easy. There's a website, recognitionstudy.com. And all you need to do is go on that website, recognitionstudy.com, and you'll find everything you need to know about the study. It'll ask a few questions, too, to determine if you or your loved one is eligible for the study. And then if you're interested and agree, you will be contacted by one of the clinical trial sites in your area of Florida.
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Targum. Anything you want to add as we close about Alzheimer's disease? Any final thoughts?
Well, I think it's critically important that people address Alzheimer's disease. And this current study of pyromelatine is a very unique program, different mechanism of action that addresses Alzheimer's in a totally different way. So I'm really excited about it, and I hope people look into it further, talk to their doctor, and consider participation. Thank you so much for taking time to spread awareness about the disease. And of course, to our viewers, if you want to learn more or hear this interview or what Dr. Targum spoke about, head online to fox4morningblend.com.